live. What's up, everyone? Okay, we are live and good to go. Welcome in. How we all doing? Welcome to the Glow Show. What's up? Okay, let's get started. I have no idea what is going on there. Okay, we had to restart the stream, I guess, on Wi-Fi. There we go. Had a little buffing issue. Yeah, it had a little buffing right there. I don't know what was going on. All right, so we're going to try a candy cane with white and amber purple. I never thought about that combo. Hi, April. How are you? So we're going to see what happens with it. Not quite sure. Do I stream from my garage? No, I have a separate studio. It's a outbuilding. I guess you could technically call it a garage, but no. And it wouldn't matter if I did. It'd still be the same. I'm doing good. Fritz is really happy. Fritz got to go to doggy daycare today, so he's pretty happy. Yeah, he's pretty excited. So, but he's tired, so that's the main thing. Fritz is tired. All right, so we're going to add this amber purple on here and see if we can get some really cool candy cane effect with it. I'm hoping I can get like a, I don't know, like a purple mystery color with it. We're going to have to see how it works. I know, rainbow with Fritz. Yeah, Fritz is like crazy. He loves rainbow stuff. All right, so here we go. We're going to add 2 lines of the amber purple on here. And hopefully we get lots of color running through this. I'm hoping we get color, like good color. All right, there we go. I'm going to park this off to the side because I do not want to get it confused with a as I just stick it in water. I do not want to get it confused with a normal rod. Yeah, so this should be like it'll have that ambery color, but on top of the white, it creates this oil slick rainbow color. What's up, Salt? How are you? Good to see you. Okay, so we're gonna take it here and let's test it out and see what happens. What's up, Tia? How are you doing? Mama Dawn, thank you for the follow. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. I'm on really late, but that's okay. Later, oops, wrong valve. Okay, there we go. So this is a really cool color combo. I hope to God it is. What's up, Kilo? I hope it's a cool. It could suck too. There's always that possibility. We're gonna make a candy cane, but I'm trying oddball colors. There's no rule that says a candy cane has to be red and white. None whatsoever. So I am trying candy canes in different colors. This is the... I probably should have double coated this with some clear. Well, luckily I got a spare piece. We'll try it both ways. I'll let y'all vote. Definitely doesn't have the spiral that I wanted. Definitely not the spiral I was hoping for. Yeah, not so thrilled with it. I'm just going to split it in two. Let's make 2 mini candy canes. I know, it'd be cool if I was. Wouldn't that be a viral thing? Blind glass blower, right? That would be totally viral. Very fast. All right, so we got to turn this. I'm going to turn it into a mini candy cane. We're just going to do little. Okay, so we're just going to do a little one. Okay, here we go. A little bit of a droop. And then we're going to bring it in and do a gravity bend. The next one's going to look a hell of a lot better. I think I need to put a clear in between the stuff. No, hands don't get cooked at all. No, not at all. Shouldn't at all. So there is the candy cane. I guess this would be caramel flavored, butterscotch. What color would brown? Like, would it be butterscotch candy cane? What color? What flavor do you think this would be? What do y'all think? I don't know. I'm thinking like caramel, butterscotch. Yeah. Hi, Red Squeak. Hi, Colleen. How are ya? Yeah, I'm thinking it'd probably be butterscotch. Oh, I never thought about root beer. Yeah, that's actually not wrong either, Ron. You're waving, you can't see me? I could see you. I could feel the vibes. So there is the candy cane in like butterscotch, maple, root beer. Let's put this in the kiln real quick. We're going to do the second one here. And then I'm going to do one that's really good. Have I ever had oatmeal scoochies? No, I have not. Kevin's book is in the house. How you doing, Kevin? All right, so we're going to finish this one up. And then I want to do one that's a lot better. This kind of sucked ass. I'm sorry. It did not look good. It definitely did look good. Hi, Betty. How are you doing? Thank you for the heart, me, Kevin. How you doing, Betty? Good to see you. Always a pleasure to see Betty on here. Betty has probably one of the largest collections of my ornaments and stuff. She has a pretty good collection. Let me bend this up a little bit. This is definitely a funky candy cane. Okay. So this is kind of like a funky color right now, but I kind of like it. So we're going to change the color. What's up, Glass Hustle? So we're going to flame strike this and see if we can get it into some different colors. Let's go. Without cracking it, I hope. Nope. The shape sucks, but that's okay. Next one's going to look way better. What kind of sunglasses? They aren't sunglasses. Well, technically, I guess they are. They are the Meta Ray-Bans, and I had them custom fit with didymium lenses that are used for glass blowing. So they do have special lenses. If you give me just a minute, I'll show you exactly what they do. Yeah, not 100% thrilled with this, but it's going to give me a good basis for coloring. Yeah, that kind of sucks. We'll just use it to strike. I'll probably end up turning it to frit. Dragonfly, did you get a hold of Lampworks Supply today at all? Kind of excited to see where that goes for you. No, not the same as torch glasses for welding. Not exactly the same. Okay, let me pop this in the kiln. Okay. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? JoJo's in the house. Okay, good. Good to know, Dragonfly. All right, so let's do two things real quick. I'm going to preheat this white, make it a little better. Then I'm going to show you what the glasses do. Daddy Rhodes, what's up? Do I do custom work for clients? I do. I absolutely do. Just understand that I don't claim to make everything. So if it's a custom item that like I don't make, I can refer you to other people that do that. So, all right, we're going to pop this in the kiln, preheat it for a minute. And I'm going to show you how my glasses interact with the flame. Yeah, definitely make dolphins. Dolphins are one of the easiest shapes to make. All right, this is probably going to crack. Okay, let's do it this way. Yeah, there it goes. Hear that crack? Little ASMR there, cracking. All right, so this is the filter that I use on my lenses. This is called didymium. Now, I have an extra coating on here of a welding shade, the green welding glasses, shade number 3. So my glasses have this and a shade 3 layer on top of it. So it's going to be a little different than what I actually see. But here we go. So I'm going to drop it in the flame, and you can now see how we're filtering out a lot of that bright, bright, bright yellow. Like that. Which is that. So you can kind of see how you can see into the fire. My buds own Lampworks Supply. Yeah, so do I. I know Amir very well. Where do you think Boroglow came from? That's mine. Boroglow is me, Glass Hustle. There we go. So that is what the filter actually does. Can I make the shape of the mitten part of Michigan? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'd have to really take a look at the shape and see. Who would I refer to for custom smoking device? Well, what do you want? And like, do you want to go super high end or do you want to keep it semi-reasonable? Those are the two factors that you would have to look at. So we'll actually trim this up a little, and we can turn this into a very basic dolphin in a minute. Maybe we'll do a dolphin with a Santa hat. We'll go a little bit funky with it. You can put a Santa hat on anything. But right now I need to find a good holding rod. Cheryl, have a good one, okay? Thank you for hanging out for the time that you did. Break off, damn it. I need a little longer. This is too big for that. Oh, you are my huckleberry right here. This one's perfect. Perker diffuser. Oh man. You know what? In that range of stuff, you have a world of eternity of glassblowers. I think you should just join a group called Torch Talk and ask on there who's willing to make what you want, Joshua. Because there's like 29,000 glassblowers on there. So you would have your choice. Can you fuse cold sheet to a hot tube? You can. Yeah, you would have like 29,000 glassblowers to choose from. They would probably be like fighting to get your order because it's hard out there right now. A lot of glassblowers are hurting. They're definitely in the hurting range. Okay, so we're going to take this, we're going to put it in and preheat. Go on Facebook and it's Torch, like Torch Talk, T-A-L-K. Have I ever burnt myself? Tiny bit. Not severely. Okay, so we got this white. Now we're going to make a really cool piece, I hope. It is tough. Yeah, that's what I said. You know, it's tough out there right now. So we're going to take one of my favorite colors on the planet, and we're going to make candy canes. What's the site or channel was that? Torch Talk on Facebook, yes. That's like one of the best resources for glass, this type of glass blowing or related items. Okay, here we go. We're going to strike this down with amber purple. All the way down. And then this time I'm going to add the white or the clear in between this. So that had a big gap in it. I did not like it. Had a big gap. Kind of sucked. Make a Hayabusa? No, I can't make that. Okay, here we go. Again, on the other side. So like I said, I like trying the candy canes and stuff in different flavors, if you will. I don't think a candy cane necessarily has to be red and white. I just don't. Yeah, Torch Talk on Facebook. Hi, Rainbow. What's up? Rainbow Threads, what's going on? How are you doing, young lady? Okay, I had clear. You'll work. You're good? Awesome. Have I ever touched the flame? No. I wouldn't even want to. No, I've never accidentally touched it. You learn a lot about how do I want to say it? Space, your space. You learn a lot about where things are and where they aren't. You just kind of get a feel for it, and then you never cross paths with the flame. Like, I will tell you, one of the things I see glassblowers doing all the time, and it's one of the simplest things to fix, and I see it happen all the time. It's one of the biggest mistakes that you can make. So see, this end is hot right here. I see so many people setting the glass down with the end facing towards you or off to the side. Okay? So many people doing that. It should always be hot end away from you. When you set something down, hot end away. Everything should be pointing away from you. Oh, thank you, Mac. Yeah, we're going to be making I guess it's going to be, I don't know what flavor. I'm going to let you all decide what flavor it is. But it's kind of a ambery color candy cane. Probably two of them. A lot of people said root beer, butterscotch, caramel. So I don't know what to label it as. Let's finish it up, and then I'll let y'all decide kind of what flavor you actually think it would be. I never thought about root beer, though. I have done Firefighter's Helmet, yes. Not yet, though, Betty. They are on the list. Oh, whiskey. Sherry comes out of the box with whiskey. What a good one. Okay, so now I've got this ambery color right there. Isn't that a pretty color on white? Looks good. We're going to split it in half. And then we're going to go from there. So I'm just going to bring it out, split it in half. And I think we're good. Well, that's awesome, Smothers. Good for you. Okay, here we go. Apple cider. Oh, see, I never thought about these flavors. You'd be thinking that a fat guy would know every flavor on the planet, but I don't. Uh-oh. That was a little tiny crack in there. All right, now we got it. Pumpkin pie. Ooh, Jaeger? I don't know about Jaeger. Yeah, Jaeger I'm not sure of. Pumpkin pie, maybe. All right, here we go. We've got the spiral. I need to focus for just a minute. We're going to put the spiral in here. Bring it out. It's these ends that are always the problem right here. The little ends always are the issue. So this isn't the true color yet. Vanilla rum. Oh man, that's a good one. See, this is why I ask people. This is exactly why I ask the audience all the time. Because you all are so smart. You know, I think customer interaction and feedback is way more important than anything. Okay, so we got this. It's not the true color yet, but you can see it starting to form up. Yeah, all the answers are really good. But I don't like this particular white. It is very cracky. I don't like it. No, I am not doing that, James. I don't do that. I don't know why everybody associates glassblowing with that. That's like so, you know, that's like an assumption I think that is, you know, so wrong. All right, here we go. We got the bend going. Because I can tell you, glass has been around a lot longer than that stuff. Did you really crack even right there? I need to check and see if it actually cracked. All right, we're gonna test it. If it breaks, then if it falls off, then it cracked. I can't. Yep. Jesus Christ, this stuff's garbage. Ugh. That stuff's crap. Awful, awful glass. Ugh. That stuff is garbage. So I was trying a new white. That was the worst white on the planet. That's absolute trash. Absolute trash. Have you ever found the glass from the beach? Yeah, I have found beach glass. Yeah, that thing was just cracking and going on. It's garbage. People have been trying to get me to use that white because it's a lot less expensive, but it's trash. So we're going to use a much better white. Now this one has the potential for popping, meaning it can semi-crack, but it won't crack once I fuse it together. It will be good. So these are these little squares. They tend to be a little finicky because of how they're made. These are not melted in a furnace. So these are made with a bunch of powder, and they put it in a mold, and then there's an electric kiln that heats it up and fuses it together via electric kiln. Pumpkin, thank you so much for the jewels. All right, so we're going to preheat it. We're going to pop the amber purple on here. Yeah, that white was absolute trash. I will never use that again. So now you can see it. Look how dark it got on that one. Do I have problems with my eyes? No. Do not. I got 1,001 problems. That ain't one of them. That's for sure. Thank goodness. Now you want to make glass with sand? You know, that's actually very possible. There's a really good video on YouTube about how they make glass bottles out of recycled with sand. I found it really, really interesting. Yeah, so now we're going to come through and add some clear on here and balance it out. Yeah, the YouTube video of making recycled glass bottles was really cool. There was a lot more into it than I ever thought. They actually take all the bottles and grind it up into a sand. Do you think they just throw the bottles into a furnace and melt it? Nope, they actually grind it up and then into a sand and then remelt it that way. I think it was on the YouTube channel Jerry Rig Everything. I think it was that one. No, I don't make those. No bongs, no dongs. No bongs, no dongs. Not doing it. Don't have a problem with either industry. It's just not my thing. That's all. Now we have some really cool color combo going. So let's see what this turns out like. Thank you, Jay Wyatt. I appreciate it. How about sometimes dry pieces? Yes, I can do that. But I only make glow-in-the-dark versions of that. All right, so now we're going to spin this up, make this look good. Let's spin. And here we go. This already looks better. That already looks better. I just have to trim this one up. How's everybody doing tonight anyway? You guys doing well? I hope you're doing fantastic. Give me a big 1 in the chat. Type 1 in the chat if you are doing good. I hope I see 1,000 ones blowing across. So I'm wishing everybody a fantastic time. Okay, so now we have all the spiral going through, and we're going to do the bend. We're going to make it go into a yoga pose. No, I can't turn the bad white into a frit, Jojo. It is very cracked. Meaning if it's cracking from that, it's not a good glass. Where would you buy your glass? There are several places to get glass. You got lampworksupply.com and UST Glass. Those are the two that I would say are primarily your go-to. All right, look at that. Ooh. This one's looking good. This is what I was hoping for. That's what I wanted. I'm gonna have to use my tweezers a little right here though. Give it a small bend right at the front here. Okay, so now we're gonna take it, we're gonna change the color. Look at that color, that's pretty. This is amber purple and white. I'm hoping it doesn't crack right now. So we're gonna heat it up and cool it down and see if we can get these colors to strike in front of everybody and create some amazing hues to it. So amber purple changes color when you heat it up, cool it off, heat it up, cool it off, heat it up, cool it off. It changes all kinds of cool colors. Just having to heat it up without getting it to rebend. That's what I'm fearful of. I don't want it bending again. It did just a little. Hold on 1 second, gotta fix it now. So not a bad color. I really like it. I love the Meta Ray bands. So what do y'all think for a flavor? What flavor would you call these colors? Jenny and the Jets, thank you for the cake slice. I don't know what to call it. What do you think? Mystic Dream is a good color, actually. Licorice, hot chocolate, marshmallow, root beer, red, strawberry. It's very much an ambery color. I'm going to park it in the kiln like this so I can bring it back out later. Hell's Candy Cane? I don't know about that. I wouldn't call it Hell's Candy Cane. Cinnamon Butterscotch, Snore. I don't know about Snore. S'more? S'more might be good. Actually, that's a good one too. Vanilla whiskey. Someone else said whiskey too. I like that one. I like whiskey. That actually sounds good for it. All right, let's make a dolphin. We're going to do a dolphin with a damn Santa hat. Why not? Dolphin with Santa hat. Flipper claws. Strawberry and cream. I don't know. I don't think it's strawberry-ish. I mean, it's a good idea, but I would leave that for the red version. All right, so we're going to separate this. Question, Sassy Christy, what's up? Just fire your question away. Coffee cappuccino. It actually kind of does actually have that effect to it too. Yeah, I agree. Tutti Frutti, oh, maybe. All right, let's separate this off. Yeah, that's just one of those pieces that I kind of threw together. Making a card cap? No, not at all. Why does everybody else assume that stuff? No, we're making a dolphin. Making a dolphin. But for the low price of $45, you can call it a card cap. How long do they have to cool before I take them out? Like a dolphin that I'm making right now, I would want to let it temper for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours solid, and not opening the door of the kiln at all. But I leave it in overnight. It doesn't hurt it. Can't overcook it. There are some nice glass shops in New Orleans. Yeah, one of the best studios you could ever go to is Pollock, Pollack, Pollock Studios in New Orleans. Pollock is awesome. How long did it take me to get good? Well, I'm a little different, Isaac. I grew up with it, so for me, it's hard to gauge that. But I've seen people do it really good in 6 months, and I've seen people that are 20 plus years into it that just suck. They're terrible. Could I make a Saints helmet? No, I don't do anything that is copywritten like that. That would be like, no. The NFL does not play kindly. All right, let's put some blue on here. The NFL is not very nice about that stuff. Actually, we're going to do a really cool combo. Yeah, we're going to make it look really neat. This will be a kind of fun little dolphin. We'll put a little Santa hat on it afterwards. There we go. Okay. Javier, why would you assume that? What got me into glass better? Who? My mother got me into glass blowing. So she started when I was 2 years old. And so I pretty much grew up around it, and that's what got me into it. All right, here we go. We're going to add blue. So we got the little striping of green. We're going to add blue, and then we're going to finger paint it and give that dolphin kind of like a wavy ocean appeal to it. So we're going to make the dolphin itself look like it is water by itself. So the whole skin of the dolphin should look like water. What's up, L to the B? And here we go. All right, now we have really good stuff. All right, now we're just striped down. Now we're going to do the finger painting part. Okay, on YouTube, I'm going to do a quick microphone switch. You have to give it like 30 seconds for it to kick in before you can judge it, but I would love to get your opinion on what the sound is like. All right, here we go. We're going to switch over right now. Okay, you're going to have to give it 30 seconds for it to kind of engage because the video broadcast takes a minute for it to pick it up. All right, here we go. We're going to get it going. We're going to spiral. What's up, Elena? How are you? Okay, let's spin her up. And again, it should look like the skin of the dolphin. I want it to look like it's water. So we used a really good green base to it. Then we're using blue cobalt on top of that. Really won't see too much green to it. It's going to be a slow project here. So now you can see where we finger painted that versus that. So that to that, that to that. This is surface mix, yes. I love surface mix torches. They are definitely good. Now, pre-mix torch is really good for certain aspects. So if you are fuming constantly, surface mix or pre-mix torches are really good. But if you work a lot of dense colors like the orange and yellow that are almost like crayon looking, not so much. You definitely destroy the color in that process. You can make it work, but it doesn't look as good. All right, now we're looking good. So again, the surface of the dolphin should look like water. We're converting it over right now. Yeah, you could use this for beads, but mostly bead glass is what's called a soft glass. So it's a different effect. Sounds still great here? Okay, so this is a different microphone. I'm gonna try something really totally out of left field on here. I'm gonna engage both microphones right now. So we're gonna see how that sounds. So one is high, one is low. I'm hoping it picks up two different aspects of the environment. We're going to have to see how that works. I'm hoping that sounds even better. Sounds echoey. Okay. Send me a message, Elena. I can't remember off here. You know, I can't remember anything off streams like that. Okay, here we go. Spiraling all the way around. So this is both microphones engaged. One's really low, one's high. Yeah, it's going to look amazing when it's all done. So right now we're just giving it what I call the finger painting technique, whatever. I'll learn to speak someday. I love hanging out with you. Can I just take a minute and say how much I absolutely love hanging out with all of you? Seriously. I really love hanging out with y'all. Sounds good, but slightly. All right, we're going to go back to main microphone now. This is just one. Doing good? Awesome, Elena. All right, so here we go. Yeah, I am really working on the audio. It's so tough. Audio is really tough. Andrea, I'm glad you're coming on here to learn. That's awesome. I'm glad you can pick some stuff up. Yeah, it's awesome. If you can pick up a few techniques, I'm happy about that. There are a lot of glass blowers that are ass bunches. God, I got a mouth on me tonight. Yeah, there are a lot of glass people that are really bad. They're like, Don't want to share anything. Okay, now we got it completely coated all the way around. I love this. We're going to use a light so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So here's the color. Now watch how much it changes. I got to angle it so I don't burn my arm off. Look at that shimmer. Can you see the waves in there? Can you see that blue going in? That blue wavy color to it? That's going to be the skin of the dolphin. And look, it looks totally different this way. Oh, I forgot to turn on my main light. Crap, that's why. I forgot to turn on the big light. That would help. You collect art glass? Oh, that's cool. I'm glad you do. Yeah, it's super shiny. Shiny. Okay, let's trim this off here. Where's my workspace? In Washington. I'm located in Washington. Definitely sounds best on this end. Okay. Yeah, this is my newest microphone. This one was super expensive. Well, maybe not expensive to a singer, but for me it was expensive. So, yeah, a lot of people say Washington, like washing machine. Washington State. Look for Bigfoot. All right, so we're going to attach a little holding rod here. So one of the things, if you are a glass blower and you are doing a dolphin, this end right here is not ready to go. Even though it's attached to a holding rod, it is not ready to be formed yet. Because the problem is, as you start making this, the clear rod can push into the color and create a little window in there. That's the best way I could describe it. And you get 99% done with your dolphin body, and you look and you got this ugly ass window in there. And there's nothing more frustrating than having that. I'm going to show you. Sorry, I explain a lot. We're not, see that window right there? See how it's got a window effect? Looks like a slug? Yeah, it could definitely be a slug. It'd be a faster process. Definitely be faster to make it a slug. All right, so we're going to take all that. And we're going to pull the color down to the center of that little spot and eliminates that window. So this is just a little tip for my glass people out there that are new glass people. Older glass blowers are going to do it their way. They're not going to listen. They're going to think I'm doing it wrong. That's okay. So now the window's gone. The color is brought down right to the middle. What if there's no glass shop? I guarantee you there's a glass shop near you. If you're on the 50, if you're in the United States, I promise there's a glass shop near you. Guarantee it. I will find you one, or I will tell you how to find one. Oh, you are my huckleberry right there. Okay, so there we go. We're going to attach it here. Now we got both ends kind of all the color meeting. We're going to start forming the dolphin. We're going to melt it all together and form a dolphin. And here we go. How did I get started? My mother. My mother started in 1972. Yeah, I absolutely put sunscreen on. There's one brand that I found works really well, because the sunscreen, when it gets really, when you start sweating and it goes from your forehead into your eyes, hurts like hell. So I did find a really good brand that doesn't sting your eyes. And that makes life so much better. What did my mom like to make? She's actually specialized in clowns for a long time. She made very unique clowns. They were profession clowns. And how do I say it? Like a fireman clown, a Keystone Cop clown, a doctor clown, carpenter clown, rodeo clown, that type of thing. So she was really specialized in that. She had a process of what's called knit glass, like spun knit. And she was one of the best in the world at it. I've never seen anybody better. She was like freaking amazing on that. Her knit glass bodies on a clown could fall on concrete floor and not break. After I get done with this dolphin, I can actually show you one of the clowns if you want. All right, so we're getting it built up. See how I'm pushing in the middle right there, creating a little chubby body? Kind of like me. It's a self-portrait at the moment. It's a little self-portrait. Okay, so then we're going to come to the back end. I got to close up that gap, even it out. We're going to close it up. We're going to do that with gravity, not much needed for it. And there we go. So this is the basic shape for the dolphin that we're going to start with, right? Now, here's for my glass blowers out there that are new and you want to learn a little pro tip. So you do not make a dolphin off of round like this, okay? It's round all the way around. Don't make the dolphin off round. You're going to bring it in and you're going to create a triangle. So you're going to flatten it a little there and a little there, a little there, a little there. Okay. So hopefully you can see that little flat spot there, flat, flat, a little smaller there, and rounder up here. So thicker there, thinner there, flat, flat. Okay, not round. Not round. There's two reasons for that. One, it makes the shape a lot better to do it this way. But number two, you can follow your kind of guideline with that bottom spot being flat or narrow. You can see how you're pulling your dolphin and the shaping of it, so it doesn't get twisted up and get all misshapen like a bad. I don't even want to say it. Okay, here we go. So you just bring it out, let gravity do 90% of the work. Now, since we're putting a Santa hat on it, I'm going to have the dolphin kind of leaping up out of the air. So this is the shape I'm going for. So it should kind of reside like that. I need to put a little more bend in it right here. like that. Then we're going to bring it out here and just kind of taper it off a little and create the portion for the tail. Like that. So now we have the dolphin kind of shaped up. Now, as I was saying before, those flat spots allow you to kind of get that dolphin into shape. And it makes it so much cleaner that way. Now I'll use the flashlight. We're going to kind of get some color enhancements on it. So here we go. This is what the color is really going to look like. So hopefully you can see all those blues and greens transferring through. Isn't that pretty? That way. Can you all see that color? Pretty, right? I think it is. Then we're going to use a dark cobalt to, thank you. Yeah, we're going to use a dark cobalt to accent it. Let's put a little tail on. Half a fin. Now we need the other half. Now we're getting somewhere. So we got a little dolphin fin there. Now the one thing is, if you look at the very end, that is not fused on there very good. The ends are still kind of jagged looking. We're going to take it in. This is for, again, my newbie glass blowers. We're going to fuse it in there really good and blend it like that. So it should look like one solid piece right there. Now this next spot is where I see so many people fail, and that is at the bottom down here where the fin meets the body on the lower part. I see so many glass blowers not fusing that in there. Okay, bring it down. This is ultimately very important right here. I'm going to do one and not the other. So you can see right there, it's all fused and the other side is not. So we're just going to fuse that in there. There's two reasons for that. One, it looks way more professional. And two, it eliminates a lot of cracking issues. We're just going to blend it in right there. And now it looks way better. So we got a nice little portion with it. Do I do all pieces with that torch? Yeah. This is my baby. This is my torch. This is definitely my baby. All right, we're gonna grab a little bit of holding rod here. I hope you're not amber purple. Nope, you're not. And we're gonna pop it right on the back of that tail so I can finish the rest of this. Yeah, dolphin. Okay, and now attaching it here is going to let me do the rest of it. Gonna have to preheat everything up a little again. Got cold. Again, I want it sitting like this when I go to put the hat on. Okay, trick number 2 on here. So we got that goofy looking head right now. I'm going to show you the ultimate trick to making a dolphin head or beak, whatever you want to call it. Dolphin nose, snout. I don't know what the hell to call it. A beak with a porpoise. I'm full of dad jokes today. Sorry. Y'all have to suffer through it. All right, here we go. I'm going to pull this off right here. All the way up. I'm not pulling out, I'm pulling up actually. There. This is perfect right here. So I'm going to take that portion and we're actually going to flatten it. I learned this trick from a very, very famous glass blower who was probably one of the best sculptors in the world at this. So now we have a flat spot right there. Okay, hopefully it's very visible. Little flat spot. Now, when I add the little dolphin, whatever beak, I don't know what the hell it is. Is it a beak? It's not a beak. That's okay, Red Squeak. Honestly, Red Squeak, the internet in our state has been bonked, so it's not you. Dolphin nose? Okay, so now we're going to add it. Just got to make sure I center it up. Okay, one there. Fold over, because that's going to give it that look of a top and bottom mouth, jaw. And we're going to pull it forward. Watch. And now you just created a little bit of a forehead type thing for the dolphin. See how clean that is? It doesn't look like it's a Pinocchio. So now we got a nice clean little look to it. And that it's all because of that flat spot. That flat spot is the trick. All right, now comes the easy part. We got to do the rest of the fin. The next set of fins are super easy. These next ones are not complicated. And there we go. So fold, 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 pull straight up. So now we have a nice little dorsal fin on there. Okay, next spot. Get rid of that little chunky right there. Now we're just going to do 2 little side flippers. Take, fuse, pull, blend. A little bit of curvature. Now I do make this a little bigger than technically anatomically correct, but it just gives it nice character like that. It's a little bigger than what it would be like in real life. It's not anatomically correct, but I just think for ornaments and things like that, it definitely makes it look a lot better. Okay, here we go. We're going to add the second one. Okay. Thank you for the jewels, local. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so now we got all the little flippers on there. So the last step before we do anything else is we're going to come through and we're going to fuse on those. Remember all those spots I was telling you want to fuse into the body? This is what I'm doing right now. I'm just blending it so it's smooth. Shouldn't see any jagged edges on it. Well, this is hard to hold with that tiny little rod. Like that. Then we're going to come through this way, blend that in, blend this one in. Yeah, it's hard to hold with this tiny skinny rod. Keeps wanting to move. Then a little tighter flame here to get this back in, and then we should be good. Okay. So we should be good now. Thank you, Betty, for the masquerade. Okay. This is audience decision time. Okay, there it is. Now look at that color. Okay, hopefully y'all can see that coloring that's happening with it. Do I put a Santa hat on it? And so it is like that, or do I leave it and make it into a sculpture with a glass wave? Do I make a glass wave for the bottom and have it sitting up? Or do I put a Santa hat on it? I don't know. What do you guys think? Wave or Santa hat? So the wave will be all year. You can leave it out. Santa hat would be Christmas. No, not doing both. It's going to be either or. Both is just too much. Wave, wave, wave. Dusty, thank you. Dusty says both. Oh my God, super chat. Really, both? Okay, Dusty did a super chat, so I think we have to really take a look at that. Okay, so if I was to put a Santa hat on it, do we do like green, or do we do red, or like green? We'll do the white, or do we do blue? So what color is going to go with this? What color would we use for the Santa hat? We can do blue. A blue Santa hat's fine. Traditional red and white. Green. Tom. Yeah, we can get can we get a beach too? A beach? I don't know. What about a beach? What do you mean? Uranium. Oh, uranium might work. What do you guys think? Uranium? Make it glow? Uranium green? That's actually not a bad idea. Uranium and blue? So this is uranium glass. What do you mean by beach, Tom? If you could explain that a little better. Beach base. Yeah, I could actually make it beachy looking. So that is the uranium. I can mix uranium and blue. In fact, I have I don't think red would be perfect. Let me I'll show you a great example, okay? I'm gonna get an example. Give me 1 second. Oh, where is it? There. So this is a version of blue and uranium mix in the base of this. sharp. So let me show you what it looks like. Where's my button? There. See how it lights up? Like that. So we could do it that way with uranium and blue and make the hat with white. This is what it looks like off. Oh, no, that way. So that's what it looks like, uranium and blue. So we could do the hat that way, do a clear base, and we can add some, we can dust a little bottom of the base with some, we can make it beachy kind of looking. All right, let me get this out of the way. All right, let's do the hat first. That's all we have to do. Am I a man? No, I'm a figment of your imagination. I don't exist. I'm just a figment. I don't exist. All right, let's do blue and uranium. We're going to throw a tiny bit of shimmer in there too. All right, this will be fun. See, this is why I like asking people. Would I use Frit for the base to give it beachy look? Yeah, you can use Frit. You can also do a kind of like a hybrid of Frit. So you take little stringers and dot it on there. So you would take stringers and dot color on it. That takes a little while longer, but you can control it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do that on the base, Betty. I don't want to add too much. The dolphin is the color. The dolphin is the main focus. And if I start adding color base with color dolphin, the dolphin won't stand out anymore. So that is, did you see that? The little bit flew right into the water. I couldn't have timed that better. I could not have done that shot if I tried. Uranium will work with light blue. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to make a hybrid color right now. We're going to take a little bit of this green for a shimmer. Okay, a little bit of green. Now I'm going to make a lot more color than I need, but it's okay. I can always reuse it for something else. Now we're going to add in the blue, and then we'll add in the uranium, and we're going to mix them up. Yeah, it's going to be a nice hybrid color. But this is why I love interaction, and why I say I have such a good time hanging out with all of you, because you bring me happiness when you get to help out. Having audience participation is so freaking cool. I love audience participation. I think it's amazing. It takes a village. It really does. Yeah, absolutely takes a village. But yeah, I think audience participation is one of the most important things that I can engage with when we're creating fun stuff. It just kind of makes me happy. All right, so this is the uranium. Now, it's not going to show uranium for a while. While it's hot, it doesn't show. It just, when the uranium's heated up, that won't do it. So we're going to add it in here. Mix it in really well. Yeah, it definitely takes a village. I just, like I said, I like hanging out with everybody. So for me, it's really cool. No, I'm not going to gatekeep stuff. I mean, there are certain things that I have to keep. How should I put it? Proprietary. But it's very rare. Like, I'm not going to have a North Star glass start carrying glow in the dark and then tell everybody exactly what it is. That would be bad. You're an anxious person. This seems like a great hobby. It is. Yeah. So if you're an anxious person doing this, you might for the first month feel that way. But after 30 days, I promise you would actually be relaxing. Am I not sweating? No, I'm not sweating. It's not hot. It's not hot at all. In fact, you can grab the torch like this. It's not hot. The equipment's super, super good like that. All right, I need my drill. We need to drill this. Got enough on there. So this is how I mix. We're super. This is how you do it. Pro tip. Here we go. That's it. That's all you need to do. Okay. Is that a special bit? Yep, all glass. It's just a glass bit. Never seen a drill used? Yeah. The drill is the most effective tool for mixing glass. We're making a hat. We made the dolphin. We're making a Santa hat, and we're going to make a really cool glass wave for it so it can sit. The glass wave is, that'll take a little bit of effort. It's going to be big. How much is this one going to be priced for? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe we'll do an auction on it. Make a bong? Why? You can't find one? There's like a million of them out there. You have no problem finding one of those. Don't need me to make one. Oh, good, Red Sweet. Yeah, we can auction it. Yep, we certainly can. We can certainly auction it off. How about a bass guitar? I would like to be able to make a bass guitar, but I'm assuming, and I don't know enough about music to know that there are many different shapes of a bass guitar. And so I don't know if like a certain shape, if there's a standard shape or not a standard shape. And that's the hard part. I don't know enough about it. So that's for me to comment of whether or not we could make it. I just don't know the shape. I mean, I know a basic shape of a guitar, or a bass guitar, but yeah, I don't know if there's like wings coming off it or whatever. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so next spot, we're going to blend this out. Sorry, I had to clear my throat there. You have a bass guitar you could send a picture of? Okay, yeah, that would actually help. All right, so now we got this color. We're gonna let it cool off for a second, and we're gonna double check it before we add it to the dolphin. I'll put the white in there. We'll check it with the light, make sure everything is blending perfectly. right, let's check it. Yeah, we got a nice blue. It's like a silky blue right now, like a steel silky blue, and it will have the uranium effect to it. All right, let's check size for the dolphin. Gonna have to make it. That's not too far off, actually. All right, let's do it. It's actually not far off. How long have I been doing glasswork? 31 years. Yeah, it's been a minute. So first step, we're gonna try and elongate it a little bit. Right now it looks like a bowling pin. I gotta get photos for Uncle Mert too. That bowling ball with bowling pins I did was freaking amazing. I really like that piece. So what I'm referring to is I made a bowling ball, and then I made these bowling pins that looked like they were flying off the bowling ball, like it was in action. Is it Lupka? Vodka? Where am I from? I would give you my standard answer, which is my mother, but tonight I'll just say Washington State. Is Dragonfly taken off? I hope you're feeling all right. Oh, okay. All right, so let's add the white on here for the hat. And then we'll put the hat on. And we'll make the wave, attach it, and call it done. Let's do the white. And here we go. Okay, gotcha, Dragonfly. Yeah, this is propane and oxygen. Propane and oxygen. Right now I'm just creating that little fuzzy cotton thing, whatever, for the hat, little cotton section, the ruffle, whatever you call it, the ruffy thing. Okay. I think that should do it. So there is the start of the hat. We got the white on the bottom. And let's put it onto the dolphin. I'm actually going to do something a little custom. We're going to change it just a little bit. Sorry, I have an idea. I'm probably gonna regret this, but actually that looks really good. I'm happy I did that. I like it. I'm happy I did that. Looks so much better. Yeah, I just did knit on the bottom. Do I do metalwork? No, I don't think I would be very good at it. All right, let's add it in. It's a big hat, but it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be over exaggerated. It's definitely supposed to have some character to it. Let's give it a nice bend now. Let's give it that curve. Gonna angle it back like it's with the little fin, dorsal fin, or whatever the hell it's called. Little pom-pom on there. Yeah, that's the Christmas pickle. All right, so now we got the little Santa hat on there with the uranium. We'll park it this way. We'll make a little glass wave for it. Should glow super bright green when it's done. Okay, let's make a wave. And that's all we need right there. So we're definitely going to need some fire. I know my bench is crowded. I got to clean it up again. It's definitely getting overcrowded. So while I'm at this, I can actually show you the filter again. There we go. So this is what my glasses are incorporating and how they act with the flame. So you can see they are filtering out a lot of that really, really bright yellow. It's still there, but it definitely helps. That's why my eyes don't hurt. Right now we're gonna make a glass wave. We just finished a dolphin with a Santa hat on it. We're going to make the wave for it to sit on, and then that one will be done. Just kind of funky monkey. All right, let's go. Now it's going to get a little hot. So this will take a minute. Someone just asked a weird question. I don't know what a weird question. Why is the fire white? Because it comes from a dragon. It's dragon fire. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna need a lot of glass on this. I know, right? If it was a lightsaber, I promise you I would be doing a whole bunch of different stuff with it. Thank you for the super chat there. Yeah, if it was a lightsaber, I'd definitely do some crazy stuff with it. I always said first thing I'd do is head to the major city, which is Seattle. And I would run down the street cutting all the heads off parking meters, because I hate parking meters. Just lightsabering the hell out of them. All the way down the street. Thank you, Joan. Yeah, I'd definitely be doing some damage with that. Yeah, parking meters suck. I hate them. Where do you get everything? You can send me a message. It's too much to go over like right now in live stream. You can definitely send me a private message and I can tell you good places to go to get stuff. But there's just too many different locations for everything you need, if you need everything. All right, here we go. The name of the setup is technically called lamp working, L-A-M-P, lamp. And it is derived from kerosene lamps that were modified to give like a torch effect. So back in the day, kerosene lamps were modified and used as a heat source. No, hands aren't warm. So the term lamp working is derived from that. That's all. All right, now we got enough glass on here. Got a little bulk going. Set this down somewhere where way out of the way. Good night, Callie. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you, Callie. I'll definitely do some photos. I was supposed to get some done tonight, today, but I didn't get to it. But I'll do some photos of the octopus, this dolphin. The dolphin, I think we're going to auction off. We'll probably auction this dolphin Santa off. All right, let's go. So we're going to flatten this a little. Like that. So we got kind of a Hershey kiss. And then we're going to come through and we're going to smush it. Not the way you thought a wave would start to be made, right? So now we got that look right there. And here we go. We're going to start making the wave. Got to go back to this side. Didn't get it right. Is it hard to do? Yeah, you definitely get used to it. 100%. Yeah, you definitely get used to it. It's like anything. Yeah, you do it long enough, you get totally used to it. All right, so now we have, you can kind of see the two ends there. They're kind of looking watery like that. So that's the start of it. And then we're going to go on the sides and start creating that. Now the sides are going to have to come out a little so that we can create stability. You take classes? Now, I did not take classes. I learned from my mother. So I had my mom around for a long time with it. Obviously, I grew up with it. But you definitely can take classes for this. They are out there. They are definitely out there. What's the biggest piece I made with the lamp torch? That would be the 4-foot sword. The big old sword. That one I did actually have gloves on for though. It got hot. The radiating heat was super hot. Okay, and here we go. So we're creating a little simulation of wave. I don't think I want to add any color to this. I think the focus should be on the dolphin and all the color in there. I think the wave should be an accent. I just think adding color to this would really throw it off. I really do. Okay, now you can start to see how it's getting kind of that little watery wave looking effect to it. All right. Oscar, thank you for the jewels. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'm adding a hint of like seafoam. No, I'm not adding any color to it right now. I don't think it should need any. I think adding color will throw this whole thing off. And technically I should want to add color to it because adding color could hide a lot of flaws. You see a lot of color on stuff. There's an easy way to hide cracks and flaws and all that. Doing something out of pure clear, that's hard. I think the art of doing clear glass has been lost. And I'll give you a good example. Betty, have a good night. Thank you. Sorry it's taken so long. But I'm going to bring this guy. Where did I put him? Did I move him? Oh. So like if I did this out of color, it would look okay, right? But watch what happens when I shine a light on this with just clear. See how much detail is in there? No color at all. None whatsoever. So you can get a very cool effect off of clear. That's what I was trying to emphasize there. All right, one last little bit, and then this wave will pretty much be done. I just have to blend the side out a little. Yeah, I think the art of clear sculpting has been a little bit lost. I would like to see it come back. Okay, I think we're good. All right. So next step is we have to flatten this bottom out. Okay, got a nice little curvature to it, or a wave action. We're going to take it over and just kind of okay. Now we got, it's going to sit. Now, for, again, my glass people that are learning, the number one thing to do to this is Dragonfly or any of the glass blowers that are wanting a little advice. We have to carve out the middle, okay? Have to carve this little section out so it can sit perfectly flat all the way around the edge. We're just going to heat it up, grab a little clear rod here, carve out that excess. Oops, I just added excess. Crap. Ship the bed, Fred. There we go. Sorry if there's anybody named Fred. All right, so here we go. Okay, now we're good. So this is like super pro tip. So that little section in the middle we carved out, now it'll sit around the edge and it will never high side. Yeah, I think I need to do online class. I do a lot of free out here. I do a lot of freebie stuff, but I think if someone wants to absolutely learn one-on-one, I could do that video-wise. All right, we're good. Last little step is to polish it out a little bit. I mean, I teach a lot in here. You could watch my live streams and pick up a lot, but there's certain aspects like I can't go over every little step. And if someone wants to learn a certain technique, it would be good to have that. All right, next step. So now I have to change the axis here. And we're going to put a very good holding rod right here. Now the main thing is you do not want to have your holding rod at the same exact level as the flat surface. There we go. And the reason is I want to be able to set this down and have it balanced without interfering with the rod. All right, let's create a wave. Last little bit. Then we're going to attach the dolphin and it's done. You all will have made a really good piece. Audience participation. I wasn't planning on audience participation tonight, but y'all were awesome. Hey, thank you for the super bucks. I think it's super bucks or chat. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Osco. Is it Oscar? I hope so. Is it short for Oscar or just something else? Oh, thank you. Yeah, Oscar. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, here we go. We're making the wave. Making wave. We're making waves. John, thank you for the finger heart. All right, here we go. Last little bit. Okay, so there is the base of the wave. It's a little pointy. Definitely looks a little dorky. Better. Better. Yeah, water waves. Yeah, kind of like that. So we're going to put the dolphin on right now. Okay. Wouldn't it suck if it just dropped? Let's not curse it. So there is the dolphin with the Santa hat. Now I just have to fuse that in there really good. So there it is so far. We'll bring out the light so you can kind of see it. I do have to get it in the kiln pretty quick, but you can definitely see all that blue shimmer to it now. Looks very oceany. That's why I was saying I don't think it needed color on the waves. I love that color combo. And the hat even looks good. Okay, I have to let it sit in there for a moment before I can detach that other rod. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you're seeing the channel for the first time. That's pretty... thank you for checking it out. I appreciate that. Can I play You're Gonna Go Far, Kid? I don't even know what that is. I'm sorry. Holding a breath as I tip it upside down. I know, right? Owen, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. I need a drink. And not the alcohol kind. I love sweet iced tea. This is like my go-to. Sweet tea for the win. Right now, I wish it was moonshine apple pie, but I don't have that. I don't have any moonshine. Okay, while I'm letting that heat up for a moment, I can do a question and answer. If anybody has any questions about glass blowing, I'd be happy to answer them for a few minutes. Let me turn the volume down just a little. So there we go. So if you have questions, I'm happy to answer questions. Have I dropped anything? Oh yeah, I've dropped lots of stuff. The worst thing I ever dropped was a giant ball type object like that wave, and it fell in my lap. And I didn't have an apron on, so I had to make a quick decision of drop my pants or burn myself. I no question as to what I did. And I was in front of like 300 people in Las Vegas. I was in a demo situation, and I had like 300 people at the MGM Grand, and it just fell, and it stuck to my pants. And I was like, had to make that instant decision of, zoop, down it goes. I still have my underwear on, but yeah, it burned the hell out of my pants. I had to do the walk of shame out at MGM with a big hole in my crotch. Yeah, it wasn't fun. Does the torch have to be ignited in front of you like that? Yeah, it does. Do I sell my items? Yes, I do. Absolutely. You remind me of my grandpa? Well, cool. Hopefully your grandpa was cool as hell. I'm trying to answer questions. I'm just letting that dolphin reheat back up. We'll finish it in a moment. So while we're doing that, I thought I might answer a few questions. Probably not the first to leave that way, though. No, yeah, at MGM I was. Nobody else burned their crotch. Are you planning on getting the Fieri shirt? No. No, I'm not going to do that. I used to, but no. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I try to kick butt at work. You know what I mean? I try to do a good job. How do you get my items? Click on my bio. There's also starrynightglassart.com. Most expensive piece I sold was $12,000. I've done two $12,000 pieces. I can show you one of my cool pieces, the sword I was talking about earlier if you want, while we're waiting for it to heat up. You guys want to check out the big ass sword? 3,800 degrees. I do have a foot pedal. Yeah, if you guys want to see it, I can bring the big ass sword out. Whip it out. Okay, I can't whip it out. It gets messy. Okay, yeah, we'll bring out the. This is one of my favorite pieces. This is an absolute favorite. One of them. Is that banging it all over the place? So we do have to sit pretty far back to get it into the full camera. So we got to sit way back here. But there it is. This is all glass. like that. I love this thing. I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, I love In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out Burger is the bomb. But there's the little hilt. Now, everything on here is solid except for the little ball right here. This is hollow. So everything else is solid. Solid glass. This took 2 days. So, yeah. This was a 2-day project. So the way I did it is you build the hilt one half and you build the blade in the other half, and then you wait the next day and you kind of line them up and say, okay, are they going to look good together, or is the hilt too big or too small? Is the blade too big, too small? And once you determine that they look good together, then you reheat it and fuse it back together. That's the way you would do that. So, but yeah, this is the one that I love this piece. I got to figure out how to hang it without getting flagged on TikTok. Just banging it all over the place. Out of the way. And then I was referring to things. This is my mother's work. Osco, thank you. So this is my mother's work. I was referring to her making custom clowns. That is her work like that. Bring it out that way a little better. So yeah, this is what I was saying about custom clowns. They're kind of cool. She specialized in these. Wimberley Glassworks? I have not heard of that. How much for the sword? Not for sale. It's like my personal piece. I like it. It's like one of the few items I'm actually keeping. This one is the mini sword. I used to have them hanging on the wall, but TikTok made me take them down. They said they were weapons. I was like, really? My mom is still alive, yes, but she can't glass blow anymore right now. So this is the baby dagger. Dragon dagger. I'll try and bring it up so close so you can see the detail of the dragon head. Like that. Maybe I can shine a light on it. Maybe this one will look good with a light. There. Now you can see all the gold effect to it. See all the gold running through the handle? And this is the matte side. So that is a process called gold fuming. I really like that process. So I had these all hanging in the back wall, and TikTok made me take it down saying they were weapons. So I can't have weapons on display. So I have to figure out how to put them up there and get it cleared. That's all. Okay, I think we are ready to finish that dolphin. Let's go. Let's get it done. Light it up. Let's go. I'm going to use this as a backup. This thing has definitely seen better days. I need to replace these. So these covers are actually spark plug wire covers. So like when you have spark plugs coming off a motor and you got the header system, those cover it up. All right, let's get this done. Yeah, I like the music too. This is music is from Harris Heller on StreamBeats. So it's copyright free, which is really good. This is moving around in here a little too much. I do not like that. Then we're just going to take this little knobule, bring it down. Like that, melt it in. A little bit more. That's a little scary, right? Stuck in there. Stuck. There. All right, now it has to go in the kiln. Now that's all done. Push it way in the back. Back to the kiln for that one. Setting on a cold table scary? No, it's okay. It's plenty hot. It's okay. Yeah, it's not super dangerous that way. I think it's fine. And the table's actually not that cold. I had made that wave on there previously, so I kept heating it up. So it got a little bit heated in there. Not a problem. Yeah, you definitely wouldn't want to move through the wrong way. How did the butterfly turn out? Okay. I don't know where I put it. I'm not 1,000% sold on the butterfly yet. I got to do a better version. So, a ruby red high heel? No, I don't want to do that. I appreciate the thought, but no. Anyway, I do need to take a break. It's been 2.5 hours of streaming. So I'm going to take a short break. I might be back in a little bit. Let's see, it's 10:30. Maybe. Might go till midnight. But I definitely need to take a break. An alien for sure. I love spacey stuff. I'm a space nerd. So I'm going to sign off on TikTok. I'll see you all later on TikTok. And now, awesome. YouTube, thank you very much for hanging out. I appreciate all of you. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you for the subs. I appreciate that. It's been fun doing the live stream. I love it. So thank you all. I will catch y'all in just a bit.